Once upon a time, in the proud land of Maitama, there lived a feared and powerful king named King Asegbe. His throne was made of gold, his palace lined with soldiers, but his heart was darker than the night sky. King Asegbe ruled not just Maitama, but all the surrounding villages. He was not a king who led with wisdom, but with fear. Any village that disobeyed his commands was crushed. Their homes would be burned. Men were taken as slaves. Women were snatched from their husbands and forced into the palace, and no one dared to speak, not even in whispers. But fate has a strange way of balancing the scales. One day, the king laid eyes on a humble drummer's wife. She was pregnant and happily married to a man whose only weapons were his drumsticks. But King Asegbe didn't care. He snatched her from her husband the drummer, claiming her as his own. And with that single wicked act, the seeds of his downfall were planted. And one old man called the king. "I want to tell you to be careful. One child is coming. Very soon, he will not cry. He will speak. He will not crawl. He will rise. The boy is powerful, and he will bring your reign to ash." The king laughed, and he said, "Nobody can bring me down. I have power enough to do as I like." But soon, the child was born by drummer's wife. On the day of his birth, the boy opened his eyes and spoke. His first speak was, "I know who you are, and I know what I must do." Everyone was shocked how this toddler will speak, but later on everyone moved on. They named him as akin. As a child, he was not an ordinary boy. He never cried. He learned how to shoot arrows without ever being taught. Spears danced in his hands like toys. By the age of 10, he could outrun horses and outsmart elders. And still, he never smiled. Why? Because deep inside him, he carried the pain of his mother, the silence of the people, and the fire of justice waiting to burn. When akin became a man, he did the unthinkable. He stood before the King Asegbe and said, "Your time of terror is over. You are no king. You are a curse." After saying this word, he walked out from the palace. The king roared with laughter. Then with rage, he sent his warriors to go and arrest him. On getting there, akin defeated all of them. He sent his generals. akin outwitted them. He tried to poison him. akin survived. Then the akin formed his own army, not of soldiers, but of brave villagers, hunters, women, and even children who had suffered enough. With the beat of drums and war songs echoing through the land, akin marched to the palace. The battle was fierce. The sky turned red. The ground shook. The king warriors faced akin, but he defeated them all. And in the end, King Asegbe fell. King Asegbe poisoned himself because of shame. Shamed, broken, and surrounded by those he once ruled with fear, King Asegbe took his own life, unable to face the justice he so long avoided. And then, silence, but not of fear, of peace. akin did not crown himself as king immediately. First, he listened. He walked the villages. He rebuilt homes. He learned from the people before he led them. The villagers chose him as new king. When he finally wore the crown, it was not gold that made him king. It was respect. Under his rule, Maitama blossomed. No one was above the law. Women were honored. Children were educated. Even drummers were celebrated as keepers of tradition. And so, the boy born of pain became the king of peace. Moral of the story: power gained through fear never lasts. The child you oppress today may be the voice of justice tomorrow. True leadership listens, serves, and uplifts.